The following is an exclusive presentation of Prism Sports.
So how do you like them so far? The 89 Phillies have answered some questions.
And Schmidt launches one to deep left. Mike Schmidt put it right on out of here.
While other issues stalk and linger, like the numbness in Ken Howell's middle finger. There's been a spine-tingling comeback finalized by Jordan and Schmidt in the home opener. And just a few hours later, a 15-run disaster. It's all been crammed into an exciting first week of Phillies baseball. Yet just as a year ago, the Phils are over 500 after week number 1. Phillies baseball, the Nick Leyva era comes to Prism next.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our first Phillies telecast here on Prism. I'm Larry Rosen. A clear and very chilly night for baseball at Veterans Stadium as we open week number 2 for the 89 Phillies and their new skipper, Nick Leyva. Despite yesterday's blowout, Leyva was upbeat today and pleased with his first week as a skipper.
Well, overall, it's gone real good. You know, yesterday we had a little tough day. We didn't pitch very well. But other than that, we've been in every game, and that's really all. As a manager, you know, when you're in 4 of the 5 games, that's a pretty good percentage right there. If we can continue to do that, I'd be very happy. I think the attitude's great on the club, and overall, I just think the way my bunch is hitting right now, we've got a chance to win some ball games.
Now, tonight, the Phils meet the Expos in an intriguing pitching matchup. Former Expo Floyd Yeomans makes his second start against a rookie with a commanding on-the-mound presence. That rookie is named Randy Johnson. He's 6 foot 10 inches tall. A year ago in the minor leagues, pitched 113 innings, had 111 strikeouts, a nasty left-hander. Yeomans, well, he once struck out 15 Phillies on that mound at Veterans Stadium. Floyd, of course, is not known as a cold-weather pitcher. He's from down in the Tampa, Florida area. Took a couple of batting practice cuts today, then just bagged it. He said all he's going to throw are fastballs in on the hands and try to work up an early sweat. Another skipper says that he's progressed. Nick Leyva's happy with him.
He started spring training. I'm real happy with Floyd, the way Floyd Yeomans has picked up. You know, he's going to be a pretty good pitcher. He's always been a warm weather pitcher, though. This cold weather kind of scares me a little bit. But, you know, there's nothing we can do about the weather, and I just hope he goes out there and fires again tonight.
Floyd was a guy who has got tremendous talent. I couldn't get it out of him. We couldn't get it out of him in Montreal. So a change of scenery, I think, may be good. And he may be the pitcher that he can be over here in Philadelphia. Nobody knows.
Like
his opponent, Randy Marshall, a martial arts practitioner at 6'10", and a nasty lefty. Got to be intimidating on a manager if you want to try to take him out of a ball game.
I look like Earl Weaver going out there. I tried to go for the top of the mound and force him down to the bottom because I look like I'm about 5'2". But Randy Johnson is a tremendous talent. He still needs a lot of experience. He has to go out and pitch, and he's got to pitch in the major leagues. His first outing was a good one, but a losing one. He strikes out hitters, and he occasionally walks hitters. So, but his consistency has gotten better and better with his changeup and his breaking pitch, and more control with his fastball. But it'll be interesting tonight. It's a cold night, and hopefully he'll be up to it, and he'll stay loose and keep that fastball around the knees.
Well, yes, he's going to look big out there, but there's one thing about baseball. He's got to throw it in a certain zone for it to be a strike, and believe me, these major league ball players can hit that thing when it comes through that strike zone. So, you know, as long as you're not intimidated by his motion, by his move, then you're okay. As long as you can pick up the ball, concentrate, no matter where they throw it, believe me, it's got to come through that zone.
So Johnson against Yeomans coming up in a moment. We invite you for updates to join us during the course of our ball game. After 2, we open up a new feature known as Down on the Farm. We'll meet a new player development man, Lance Nichols. Then after 3, we'll meet the comebacking starter for tomorrow night's ball game, Steve Onoveros, late of the Oakland A's. After 6, we'll check out Dallas Green and the struggling New York Yankees. But for now, stay tuned for the Phillies and the Expos. I'm Larry Rosen, Andy Musser, Chris Wheeler, Gary Maddox have the Phillies on Prism in just a moment.
Phillies baseball on Prism is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Texaco, star of the American road. By Mr. Goodbyes, where you'll find 40,000 items for your home. By Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield, for more than 50 years managing health with care. By Bell Savings Bank, Bell's My Bank. And in part by Leaf Confectioners, makers of Milk Duds and Jolly Rancher. By Claridge's Casino Hotel. Claridge's, if you go for the action. By Crazy Eddie's. Crazy Eddie will never be undersold. By Modell Sporting Goods for all your Easton bat needs. And by the New Jersey Bell Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. New Jersey Bell, a Bell Atlantic company.
And hi again, everyone. Welcome to Veterans Stadium. I'm Andy Musser with Chris Wheeler, and Gary Maddox will be along in the middle innings, and we're happy to be back with you on baseball this year. We've got about 40 Phillies telecasts for you this year, most of them from here in Veterans Stadium, a sprinkling of them on the road as well. And tonight, a very chilly night as the Phillies take on the Expos, and a team that is considered to be the Mets' #1 challenger. Do you believe it?
Yeah, and the reason is pitching. They have a very, very good team ERA already, and I think they're under 2 or right around 2 as a team ERA. They haven't hit much, but they're 4-2. So they have a very, very good starting staff. I think their bullpen will determine how good their pitching is.
And the Phillies, of course, were in the midst of a nice season until yesterday afternoon set in. We'll just try to overlook that one. Right now, let's go and check out those Phillies defensively. Wheels?
All right, Andy, the Phillies will go this way. Von Hayes will be at first base tonight. Ricky Jordan not playing. We'll tell you why later. Second baseman is Tom Herr. First look also at Dickie Thun on our Prism telecast. And Mike Schmidt off to a good start at third base. Chris James in left field. Bob Dernier, the center fielder. And Ron Jones will be in right field. Another newcomer to the Phillies, Steve Lake behind the plate. And on the mound, the former Montreal Expo, the right-hander Floyd Yeomans will pitch for the Phillies tonight. See the numbers on Yeomans. Yeomans a little bit of a shaky first start, but pitched pretty well. Here are the lineups, Andy.
All right, Wheels, and you can see that Timmy Raines is leading off as usual. That's Otis Nixon in center field. Andres Galarraga at first. Hubie Brooks in right. He's hit in every game. Tim Wallach, Tom Foley, Mike Fitzgerald, Spike Owen, and Randy Johnson. Now in the Phillies lineup, which we'll get to a little bit later on, Ricky Jordan was going to play, but he came up with an eye injury, and so he is out of the lineup tonight. Ricky Jordan not playing because of an infected eye. And we are set to go. Here's Timmy Raines, the Rock, to lead it off. Not hitting much so far. The average you're looking at is last year. So far this year, hitting at 158. Yeomans has never faced the Expos. Foul back, strike one. We say that because you may forget that he did pitch, of course, with the New York Mets when he first came up, but he never faced Montreal. 41 degrees here at game time tonight at Veterans Stadium. The Eagles would love it.
Yeah, it's cold here tonight.
And Dutch says that's high.
It's one of those games where you try to block out the weather as a player. They just go out there and try and play this game as best they can. It is not a very pleasant night to play.
High and away, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Through Raines a changeup. Floyd Yeomans will throw fastball, breaking ball, pretty much of a hard breaking ball, and a straight change.
And Yeomans has never won a game in April. He is 0-7 lifetime in the month of April. That catches the knees. 2-2 the count on Raines.
Dutch behind the plate tonight, Andy, so he'll heat things up a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeomans trying to get loose. I'm sure the players have been told they can blow in their hands tonight.
Oh, yeah.
The 2-2 pitch. And he got him with a changeup. Raines was swinging fastball, but that was a changeup, and Yeomans gets a strikeout.
And you got a good look at home on what Floyd Yeomans' changeup does. Watch it sink down and away. Like a pound ball almost. And you see Raines get way out in front of it as that ball went down from him.
Dutch Rennert has the plate. Fred Brocklander at first. Bob Engel at second. Paul Runge at third, and they're all wearing gloves. Otis Nixon. Otis out of Evergreen, North Carolina. He takes the pitch high a ball. He's hitting at 125 this year.
This guy can really run, too, if he gets on base. Phillies didn't see a whole lot of him last year.
The younger brother of Donnell Nixon, who plays with the Giants. Here's a bunt try. Yeomans chases. He's got it. And he just gets Nixon. You talk about running wheels. There's a good point. He really motored down that line.
Yeah, and that's the kind of a bunt where a left-handed hitter can really run, too, because he bunts it to that side. He's almost running when he bunts the ball. See right here, he's already out of the box, and off he goes. And Yeomans, it got stuck a little bit in his glove, and he didn't get much on it. Just kind of did a little basketball flip over there to Von Hayes.
2 up and 2 down. Andres Galarraga, the big cat, stands in. 302, big year for him last year, hitting at 235 so far. And he takes a called strike.
His problems are strikeouts. Galarraga led the league in strikeouts last year. If he could make more contact, it's kind of like the Juan Samuel syndrome. But Galarraga still had a fantastic season, even with all those strikeouts.
Says he wants desperately to cut down on his strikeouts, put the ball in play more. He also led the league in hits with 154. 1 ball, 1 strike on Andres Galarraga, a very good fielding first baseman. The year before last, he knocked in 14 runs in 17 games against the Phillies. And he did all that without hitting a home run against the Phillies. Fouled out of play right side. A ball and 2 strikes on Andres Galarraga from Caracas, Venezuela. We have a decent crowd on hand here tonight. In fact, for the kind of conditions we have here, it's a very good crowd. Yeomans hits him. Galarraga hit by the pitch. He'll take a base.
But Floyd Yeomans getting a ball inside here to Andres Galarraga. You try to crowd him a little bit. Throws the fastball in there. Oh, that had to really hurt. Hit a guy on an elbow on a night like this. Wow.
Right on the back of the arm. That's got to hurt. Hubie Brooks will bat.
Galarraga is a classic guy who likes to get his arms extended to hit the ball out of the ballpark, just the way Hubie Brooks does.
Hubie has hit in all 6 of the Expo games. He is batting at .318 right now. He has a home run. That represents his only run batted in. Hubie spending his 2nd year in right field. He'd been an infielder prior to last year. Low, 2 balls and no strikes on Brooks. Hubie fouls one. 2 balls and a strike. Nice to get a souvenir on a chilly night.
Especially that way when it doesn't hurt your hands. Catching on the 2nd, 3rd hop and hope.
Gets away from Lake, but no advance by Galarraga. It's 3 balls and a strike.
Yeomans, they were disappointed with the velocity that he had in his last start. He threw some balls hard, but not as many as they want. He's come out tonight and thrown quite a few breaking balls and changeups. Here's where he probably will throw a fastball.
And he gets it over for a strike.
Yeah, and he threw a perfect pitch, too. He threw it right on the outside corner to Hubie Brooks. He thought the ball was outside. And see him shaking his head.
Galarraga goes with the pitch here, and Yeoman steps off.
Hayes is playing on Galarraga, but he's getting ready to sneak back to try and take that hole away.
And there goes Galarraga. The pitch is fouled by Brooks. Tim Wallach is waiting on deck. These Expos have had a pretty good start this year. There's Galarraga coming back. They have handled both the Pirates and the Mets so far. Two teams who are figure to be right either with them or above them in the standings, so important competitors for them.
Well, as we said in the opening, Andy, the pitching will be the key to them.
A little bit low, ball 4, and a 2-out walk to Brooks, placing 2 aboard. So Yeomans gets the first 2, and the Expos get the next 2 on. Now here's Tim Wallach. Wallach coming off an off year. He had a mammoth year the season before, but only .257 last year, and batting .318 at the moment.
That's a good pitch to Tim Wallach, because he will chase the high fastball. He's an uppercutter, and the ball he hurts you on the most is a ball down because of the way he uppercuts. Get him to chase the high fastball. He normally won't hurt you that much. But boy, this guy is a good player.
Fastball inside, 1-1 to Wallach. You got to figure Yeomans is really pumped up to pitch against the team that traded him away. I'm sure that has something to do with it.
Oh, yeah, there's Galarraga at second and Brooks over at first. Oh, he is. I talked to him before the game tonight. He's very excited. He's trying to downplay it, of course.
There's a close pitch, but it's 2-1. I'm sure that pitching coach Darrell Knowles and manager Nick Leyva spoke to him about just that very thing.
Well, the other thing is a stat you mentioned. He's never won a game in April. And he knows how much the Phillies are counting on him, so he wants to do well. A lot of incentives here tonight.
And a base hit to left field. Galarraga is being sent. Here comes James. Throw offline. In time.
Great play by Lake.
Galarraga.
Great play by Lake to get that ball and come back and make the tag. And a good strong throw by James, even though it was a little offline.
So for the Expos, no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on base. And we go to the last half of the first inning. 0-0.
Kids live in the present, lost in their games, curious beyond belief. Kids make life interesting, to say the least. And life being what it is, and the world beyond the schoolyard swing, it's well worth having the peace of mind only this card brings. The one from Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Those who have it feel better than those who don't.
Key to this play for Chris James as an outfielder is to charge the ball. He charges it, he gets a good hop, and he's in perfect throwing position, so he gets a lot on this throw. You'll see it's a 1-hop throw, and it's to the right of the plate, but Lake makes a good play to catch it and come back and get Galarraga coming in. Dutch Rennert, all he's waiting for there is to make sure he held on to it. And there is Andres Galarraga, who's the first baseman as we go around the defense. Second baseman, old friend Tom Foley. Shortstop over from Boston, Spike Owen. And Tim Wallach, the veteran, at third base. Left fielder Tim Raines. Otis Nixon in center field. And Hubie Brooks is the right fielder. Mike Fitzgerald behind the plate. And the tallest man in this sport, Randy Johnson, the pitcher.
Not only now, but ever. He is the tallest pitcher ever to play Major League Baseball. 6'10" he is. And he faced the Phillies in the final game of the season last year, pitching to a no decision. And here's the Phils lineup with Dernier, Hayes, Herr, Schmidt, James, Jones, Fahn, Lake, and Yeomans.
Nick Leyva's idea tonight, Andy, was to have Dernier on the bench to give him a right-handed bat and have Von Hayes lead off and then Ricky Jordan play. Jordan then came into the clubhouse with a bad eye, and they had to regroup.
Pitch is high, a ball. Do we know whether Rookie would be available for pinch hitting?
Before the game, I asked him that, and he wasn't sure.
I saw him down there, and he did not have his glasses on. Now, whether that means he does have his contacts on, I don't know. Bobby D hitting at 250.
Johnson will throw a lot of pitches. He walks people, and he strikes out people.
Yes, he went 8 innings in his opening assignment, and he walked 7 batters in that while giving up just 3 hits.
Well, talking to Tug McGraw before the game, and Tug had a great point. You know, not only is he a left-hander, which sometimes will lead a guy to having control problems, but he's just big. There's so many things can go wrong, but he has a great arm.
And he has missed on 4 pitches here, walking Bob Dernier to start the Phillies first.
To think you can run on him, too. Remember him last year in the game against the Phillies? He had just a fair move to first base.
He looks like he's having a little trouble getting loose as Hayes digs in. Hayes is the league's top hitter, batting at a gaudy .556 right now. As you look at last year's figures.
Well, it's not a nice night for anybody to play, but pitchers can have a lot of trouble on a night like this. As you said, Andy, they can't get loose, and also the ball feels very, very slippery to them. Conversely, as a hitter, if you don't hit it right on the label, ouch.
Yeah. So Vaughn digs in against Randy Johnson. Vaughn shows bunt and takes ball 1.
Yeah.
I don't think he's really
No,
punting.
he's just waggling that bat right there to put in the face of the catcher, but you know, he's just trying to get a ball there, that's all.
By the way, we've got more Prism action for you on Wednesday. Your schedule may not show it because that's a makeup game. We were originally supposed to have started Saturday, and we'll be on Wednesday night, and you'll see old friend Kevin Gross pitching against Don Carmen at 7:30 Wednesday. Hayes shortening again.
Now he's just going to take a pitch till he gets a strike, that's all. And there's a strike called by Dutch Renner. Kevin pitched very, very well. There's Larry Bowe at third base giving through the signs. Kevin pitched very well in his first time out. I don't think that's any surprise to anybody because Kevin Gross can pitch.
He sure can. He had an excellent game in spring training against the Phillies. Dernier gets back. Speaking of taking pitches, Hayes has done a lot of that. He has 6 walks to rank 2nd in the National League. Hayes has hit in every Phillies game. He's walked in every Phillies game. He scored a run in every Phillies game. Dernier goes. Pitch is grounded to the mound. Johnson faked the throw to second, then realized he had no play and came to first. He was going to throw to second. That's why he went through the follow-through. That wasn't really a fake. But just as he was going through the motion, he realized he wasn't going to get Dernier.
Von Hayes gets jammed on this pitch. See, he couldn't get his arms out at all. He broke his bat and just hit it weakly back to Johnson. Dernier running on the play, no chance at second, easy play at first. Whether that was a hit and run or not, the count was 1-1. You know, that you don't always have to hit and run on 1-0, 2-1. Those are just ideal counts to hit and run on.
Here's Tom Hurd. Tom batting at .350 thus far this year.
But it was good for the Phillies that Dernier was moving because that's a double play ball if he wasn't.
You Prism viewers getting a chance to watch Tommy for the first time, and he's going to get his first RBI in a Phillies uniform. Here comes Bobby D to the plate. He is in there. Phillies lead it 1-0.
Now the reason that play is close is because Dernier did not get a good jump because he had to make sure that Johnson didn't catch that ball and trap him off second. Now right here, see, you can't tell as a base runner. As tall as that guy is, he can't bend over in time because Hurd hit it hard. Otis Nixon charges it, makes a good throw here too. Uses the turf, one hop, bang, bang, play safe. Dernier helps Dutch call the play.
So Tommy picks up a base hit, and as I say, has his first run batted in with the Phillies, and here is Michael Schmidt. Mike with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Phillies lead 1-0.
Boa almost had a hold Dernier because he got such a late break on that. But because it's Bob Dernier and he runs so well, he waved him and he just didn't make it.
Hurd has not stolen a base yet. He's been caught once. Well, the Phillies have played catch-up so much this year. It's nice to see them break on top. Oh, close. Freddie Brocklander says safe. I think that's what he said.
Well, he flaps. That's his safe as he goes in flight. Johnson, you see the move that he has. He just steps off, fires over there. Hurd just back. Whoa, flap him, Freddie.
High to Schmidt, ball one. Mike up among the league leaders in total bases so far, and his 2 home runs ties him for the league lead. Darren Dalton also in that category. I think to hit one out tonight, you'd better hit it pretty solid.
You would think so.
On a cold night like this. Then again, you've got a fastball pitcher out there, and
there's a lot of wind here tonight, too. The flag's stretched out high above the vet, so you really don't know how the wind's going to affect the ball. With the swirling effect that it has here. See those flags blowing?
Mike sends a fly ball down the right field line. It's foul and it's out of play. Eddie Lyons in the press room tonight was telling us that this guy can throw as hard as anybody in baseball right now.
Well, that's his opinion. Yeah, he has a heck of a fastball. There's no doubt about it. The whole thing will be whether or not Randy Johnson has control. See Mike Schmidt, that ball was away from him, trying to hit it the other way. When the flags are blowing the way that they are tonight towards right, normally that means you'll get some help to left. But as you mentioned, Eddie, it's so cold, who knows?
Better hit it flush. Mike's been hitting the ball well. He's had a couple of straight off shots to center field. He's been denied a couple of times. Balls caught in deepest center.
Whether Randy Johnson has a straight on move over there, because every time he moves over, he steps off and throws.
There's the count, a ball and 2 strikes on Schmitty. Johnson, by the way, attended USC on both a baseball and a basketball scholarship. In his junior year, he decided to concentrate entirely on baseball. In '85, he was Montreal's 2nd round draft choice. Very high into the air out in the left center field. Nixon is there. He puts it away for the out. Schmidt flies to Nixon. That's out number 2.
I'll tell you, early in the season, Michael has his lofted stroke in play. That's for sure. He is hitting a lot of balls in the air. As Andy said, he's hit a lot of balls to center field. And the reason is the swing that he's adopted because of his shoulder. He has more of an uppercut swing as opposed to hitting down on the ball the way he has the last few years. So you're going to see him hit more balls in the air.
Chris James. Chris has already thrown a runner out at the plate tonight, allowing the Phillies to lead this game 1-0. Chris has always been a good hitter against the Expos, a .344 lifetime average against Montreal.
That's a breaking ball, and all he's thinking is, don't hit my foot. Please don't hit me on the foot.
Or anywhere for that matter.
Well, especially the puppy. Oh, getting my feet out of there. And my knees, yeah, you're right. Hit something soft if you're going to hit something. See, there he goes stepping off again. He still hasn't had just a regular move over to first where he stays in contact with the rubber and throws over there. Every move is a step-off move. There's one. And it's not a very good one.
Not a good one, no.
Yeah, so that might be the reason that because of his height, he has to adopt some kind of a trick move over there. And I'll tell you what, he gets a lot on his throw when he steps off. Most guys can't.